So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film Pasted, you can. It's on Amazon right now. You can check out the physical copy, get the Blu-ray. You can also check out my link tree down below for all my social medias, all my short films, all that good stuff. You can buy my short films on Gumroad. Pay whatever you want. It helps us make more projects. Also, check out my Rocky Top page. I'm going to be talking about that soon. Clown in a Cornfield. Now, if you look at that title and you just stare at it, like you just stare at Clown in a Cornfield and you just don't say anything. You just stare at it and you judge it by its title. It's like judging a book by its cover, except you judge this one by its title. You might think that this film could be a little silly. Now, I just want to say straight off the bat, I have not read the novel. I have not read the novel. I actually, believe it or not, the guy that wrote it, Adam Caesar, it's one of those. I don't know, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong like I do everything else. I actually remember whenever the book came out, and a lot of people were talking about it, and people were not just talking about it, they were talking about how good it was. And I've been curious about it ever since. I've heard that they were going to make this into a film for the longest time. Looking for a fresh start, Quinn and her father moved to a quiet town of Kettle Springs. They soon learn a fractured community has fallen on hard times after losing a treasured factory to a fire. As the local bicker among themselves and the tensions boil over, a sinister grinning clown emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. And Shudder is one of the distribution companies for this. Now, going into the film, I actually did kind of have high hopes. I did sort of have an expectation because I saw the trailer and I thought the trailer was really good. And some of the actors in this, I mean, Kevin Durand is in this. When I saw him, I was like, hey, that's Kevin Durand. And for the most part, that's all I recognize. For the most part, like Katie Douglas is in it, Cassandra Potenza, Aaron Abrams, which he looks very familiar. I could swear I've seen him in other stuff, but maybe not. And I'm just going to put it like this. This film is a fun time. It is. It's a fun time. Not reading the book, going into it completely blind. One of my friends, I went with a group of people, read the book. He was really excited about it, and he told me that there was kind of like a twist in it. So I went into it, and there are some twists and turns. If you just watch the trailer for this film, you will not guess where it's going to go. You probably won't guess where it's going to go. When you're watching the film, I will say, admittedly, you do start to pick up on things probably a little bit faster than you want to. But for the most part, the kills are cool. I liked them. They don't do anything too crazy. I mean, when it comes to kills, you really can't judge a slasher film by the kills anymore. You used to be able to, but I just feel like now I have seen people die in so many different ways. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know any other ways that you can kill them. You know what I mean? Well, the Terrifier franchise and the new Final Destination, I'm excited to see that. But yeah, I mean, the kills, they're good. They're impactful. You know, they have a nice, good little punch to them. And I really like that whenever I'm watching a slasher film. I mean, yeah, you can, take out somebody in the most gruesome way. But if it doesn't have that punch, if you get what I'm saying, like with the sound effects and all that stuff. So it's usually that I'm really, impressed with. And this has that. This has that. Also, the characters are pretty likable. Some of them are pretty memorable. The dialogue, look, it is a campy horror film. And I mean that with the utmost positivity. I really enjoyed myself in this. I think if this film was going to try to be something completely different, it probably would not have done well. I would classify this, and I'm just putting this into Hellfest is one of my favorite slasher films of all time. There's something about Hellfest, I cannot explain it, but I love that film. Like, it's a 10 out of a 10 masterpiece for me. My fifth favorite film of all time is Stalker. And I'm over here talking about Hellfest being one of my favorite films. But no, there's something about a film that I like that's very comforting. Like, I like it when a film gives me a comfort level where I'm sitting there and not only am I entertained, but I'm also, I'm a little bit comfortable. And that's what Clown in a Cornfield is. Like, anybody that's probably a teenager is going to like this film. I hope. I mean, I could honestly see somebody in like elementary school, middle school, or whatever, going to watch this film or finding this film and watching it and just kind of being in love with it and it being their kind of like generational slasher. Does that make sense? And I really like to say it that way because I feel like if we judge films like this just based off of other films, I mean, it's really easy to judge films like this. I mean, it just is. But when you actually look at it from a more cultural perspective and you kind of see what these films do, like, sure, they're fun. They don't take themselves too serious, but they're just really important. And this kind of reminded me of that. Now, I know it is, and I do think that it being based off of an actual novel, which is kind of bizarre in itself. Literally, a novel, a slasher novel, and they're adapting it into a film. You don't see that often. Most of the time it's slasher films, if they're adapted, it's like sequels. I mean, there's not really adaptations of anything. I mean, if you look at Halloween or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Black Christmas, any slasher film, you're hardly going to find one that's based off of a novel. But with this, it is. And I think that's what kind of makes it so layered, is because there's a lot of depth to it. Again, I'm not saying the film is perfect by any means, but I am saying it is enjoyable. I can understand why people like this film. As corny as it might get sometimes, I get why people like it. And one thing that I was just very pleased with was the character development. I really enjoyed most of the characters in this, if not all of them. I didn't really get tired of watching any of them. I thought that everybody was exactly where they needed to be. I mean, like I said, maybe some questionable dialogue here and there, but I mean, I'm starting to think that stuff like that is subjective. But what I'm saying is I enjoyed it, and I would like to get a sequel. I mean, I would really, really like to get a sequel for something like this, because again, it's just, I don't know, I just really appreciate the depth that this has. I seriously applaud it. 3 books. We might get another 2 movies. I applaud it, seriously. I mean, you can tell Adam, the author, I mean, you can tell he cares about this franchise. And, I mean, as he should. I mean, it's good. I liked it. What else can I say? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Check out my links down below. Let me know what you thought of Clown in the Cornfield down below. I'll see you next time.